Okay, and try and make this quick. So, install a new radiator. We're checking, doing a pressure test, and I got a little leakage, and it takes about 10 minutes to go down. So I don't believe it's from the system. It's probably from the seal on the radiator cap with this pressure tester, because this is about 10 minutes, and she was sitting at let me see if I can get this angle right. 13. Oh, come on. And she's sitting at, well, you can't see it, but if I get in here, there we go, 11. I've lost 2 pounds, and it's kind of aggravating because I got no way to test the cap on this system to see if there's a leak in the seal of the cap. That's a possibility. I mean, you can't spray soapy water up under here, right? So they need a better design on that. But I put leak detector in the system, and fixing to crawl up under and make sure there's no leaks underneath. I can't hear any hissing. This drop down in 2 pounds of pressure is about a 10-minute time span, actually. So I'm going to go ahead and set you down for a second. I'm going to draw our pressure back up to 13. So we're going to go back up to 13. And if the owl would shut up in the backyard, I could hear any hissing. My owl, he's such a pain. I want him to be quiet. You want to hear him? He's up there. Hear him? He's right over there in those trees. Hear him? He's cool. I got a couple of them out here. Anyway, I digress. If he would shut up, I could hear the hissing. I don't think I got that bad of a leak, though. I think it's that cap, pressure cap leaking. So anyway, what I wanted to cover, use some antifreeze leak detector dye, put it in your antifreeze, and then you can grab a UV light. Let me show you quick. So usually they come with a UV light, and you can take them, I'll turn off my light, and then you can shine down and you'll see a leak. I'll show you what the cap looks like in a minute. So you can see I spilled some there, right? See it, how it fluoresces? Okay. So you put that in the system after you change your radiator, run it for a while, and if you have any leaks, it's going to fluoresce. And you want to go down on the inside here along the bottom. Make sure you rinse it all off before you start looking for leaks, right? If you spill any, wash the front of the engine off, and the radiator, I mean, and you know, whatever on the engine, clean it, and then come on the front of the radiator, check, look real good. Make sure you don't have any fluorescence going on, especially on the bottom. Okay, come in down here and check, right? Nothing. We're good, and it'll light up. It won't be dull. Yeah, the dull, any fluorescent that you see is dull, just from me changing the radiator. I mean, it'll Christmas tree light up for you if it's new, fresh leak. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to cover another thing. A lot of people are talking about it in forums, but you don't see anybody really explaining anything. So on your drain tube, you want to check inside to make sure you're not leaking on your heater core. On this vehicle, it's 2006 rx400h. You take your side panel off on the passenger side, and you go up in here. Let me get the light situated. And what you do, this is your drain tube, the elusive drain tube, right? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the drain tube. So if you look here, you just pull it back carefully without breaking the nipple. Now, if I can do this, what I did is I reached down here and blew on this tube. It's clear, there's nothing obstructing it, right? That's the drain tube for the AC condensation. when the coil sweats, but I believe the heater coil's in the same path. I could be wrong. I'm going to do some more research, but at least I know that's clear. Now, if we look up in here, and I can't quite get the angle, but let's try. Look, if you look inside that hole, okay, that hole is not obstructed. See it? Okay, we're good. So, come on. Clear. So anyway, if you got an obstructed line, what'll happen is your car will get wet in the floorboard and cause problems. Make sure when you put this back together that you pay attention to the detail. You see this hose has a notch in it, and there's a notch at the bottom of the nipple that receives it. So you gotta make sure they line up. Otherwise you won't get your tube all the way on. Okay, and that's real important. I'm gonna sit you down so I get it right. And I don't mess up in my alignment because I want it to be perfect. There we go. And it's just a press fitting. There's no clips or anything to hold this rubber drain hose onto the bottom of this assembly. Okay, so that's it. So, if I remember right, the AC coil and your heater core are in the same unit. So, if my heater core was leaking, if I'm correct, if my heater core was leaking, there'd be water with some fluorescent in there. Okay, let's take a peek while we're at it. Why not? Okay, I got an idea. I don't know if that dye will fluoresce through the plastic. If it were leaking, I don't think it's leaking, but let's entertain ourselves here for a minute and just take a peek under here with a fluorescent light. Okay, here we go. Let's see if we see anything. Jesus. I don't see anything fluorescing, okay? Nothing glowing. So I don't think I have any leaks in the system down here. Okay. I'm just being critical. And it's probably just that cap losing pressure from that Harbor Freight pressure testing kit. It's a possibility. But this leak, losing 2 pounds, we'll go check it in a minute. Over 10 minutes is nothing that I'm going to sweat too much about and worry too much about. But if I start losing antifreeze, then obviously we'll be back to square one. Where are we sitting here? Where are you, Mama? Come on, focus. Come on. Gotta love it, eh? Focus. All right, and don't want to focus. So anyway, hopefully that helps some people out dealing with this, tracing out leaks in your system. The other steps you'd want to do is crawl under the vehicle, check around your water pump, check all your hoses, check your coolant lines. And it's coolant lines easily check. You just search down along the firewall for your, obviously for your coolant lines, and then you can see if there are any issues with them. You see in that little dribble there that's fluorescing, that's old. It's from you washing the old stuff off. That's not fresh. Okay, or that's what blew over the motor when I changed the radiator. I didn't quite get it all clean. Okay, come down in here and take a look. Right. And try and find the heater hoses. Anyway, you get the general idea of what to do here. And this is for the brake system. And radiator. Go down to the intake on the radiator. Nothing. On the block. Right? This is all good. Nothing there. Can't quite get at the thermostat because it's buried under the inverter. But you can kind of see in there. I don't see anything at all. There's a line right there going. I don't see anything fluorescing there. Some kind of piece of plastic on the back side of the engine. I'm not sure what it is, but it's fluorescing. But it's plastic. And that's it. Nothing. So go through, take your time. Don't forget to crawl under the vehicle and check it too. Especially on the back of the firewall and then around that water pump. So, all right, I'm going to finish wrapping this up, crawl under this thing, take one last peek at it. Let's take a look at this pressure again. That's what I wanted to do. Here's my light. Yeah, we're good. Well, you can't read it. I can. Okay, so it's still at 13. So since we've been farting around here, we're still at 13. So I'm going to chalk it up to maybe water moving in the system. Now, that's another thing. Antifreeze moving in the system, you might have a little air in there. And I know I pushed some air into the system, and that moved around. That might have caused it to drop 2 pounds, but I'm not worried about 2 pounds. I think we're good to go. All right, over and out. Hopefully, if you got any questions and I can answer them, post them. Hopefully I can help you out with it. All right, take care.